Okay, let us start today's lecture. In last week, we have started with design of tension members, in which we have seen the concept of tension member, what are the failure modes for tension member, and how the tension member capacity is calculated. We have solved one example based on the same for a given angle section. And I think some part of that problem I have given you as a homework. So have you completed that part? We have considered an unequal angle, and for that, by considering the different combinations of connections, the problem is required to be solved. So I think, can you see this word file?
Yes, ma'am.
So B part I have given you as a homework. So have you done it? Have you done it? Have you completed it? Okay. Whenever you complete, please tell me what is your answer. So, in case of finding the tension capacity, we consider three formulas: TDG, TDN, and TDB. For TDB, again, there are two formulas. So, out of four values, the least value governs the capacity of a section. For bolted connection, for a single angle as well as for double angle, we have seen the problem. Today we will see the problem, the similar type of a problem, but which is having a welded connection. So just note down this problem. I'm reading the problem statement. Determine the tensile strength of a roof truss member 2 ISA 90 by 60 by 6 mm connected to the gusset plate of 8 mm by 4 mm weld as shown in figure. The effective length of weld is 200 mm. Fy equal to 250 and Fu equal to 415 megapascal. So for this given data, what is the given data? It has two double angle section, two ISA, and both these angle sections are connected to the gusset plate with the 4 mm weld. So we will consider here that the angle sections, and the diagram is also there. Na? So let me complete the diagram first. You also, all of you, take down the diagram, and then we will solve the problem further. So it is given that the two angle sections are connected to the gusset plate on the opposite side. So if this is the gusset plate, the angle section is connected over here. I'm trying to draw a good diagram so that you will not get confused. Okay, this is ISA 90 by 60 by 6 mm, and the weld is provided here at the toe as well as at the heel. And when we consider the side view of the diagram, I will write down this on the another side so that I can draw diagram over here. So these are two ISA 90 by 60 by 6, and this is the side view of the section. Only one side of the angle section can be seen because the another side will be on the back side of this part. Okay, and here is the weld. We can simply show the weld line as a thick line over here. Please draw a good diagram 200 mm. I have shown the welded part. So the weld is provided here also. Simply draw a rectangle and I will fill it. So that weld here. Are you drawing the diagram in your notebook? Students? Students?
Yes, ma'am.
अरे कोणीच रिस्पॉन्स देत नाही. मी काय एकटीच वेड्यासारखी बोलायचंय का इथं? सगळे झोपेत आहात का? तुम्हाला सकाळी 8चं लेक्चर नको असेल तर मग मी सिलेबस अनाउन्स करायला म्हणजे डिक्लेअर करायला सुरुवात करेन. ओके, नसेल लेक्चर अटेंड करायचं आणि तुम्हाला रिस्पॉन्स द्यायचा नसेल लेक्चरमध्ये तर आय विल सिम्पली डिक्लेअर दी part of the syllabus and will go ahead without arranging extra lectures. So this is 4 mm weld. 4 mm is the size of the weld. And when we connect the angle section, we always connect with the longer leg. So this total width of the leg, this leg is of 90 mm and this leg is of 60 mm. So I'll simply write down here as this is 60 mm, and the another side or the vertical side which is connected, vertical leg of the angle section which is connected to the gusset plate, it is having a width of 90 mm. Have you drawn this diagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So now for the given section, we are supposed to find out the tensile strength. So what are the steps? Tell me first, what are the steps for finding the tensile strength? We have solved one full example. What are the steps? I will not proceed further in my lecture until I don't get answer from you.
Ma'am, first we calculate the TDG, which is the design tensile strength due to yielding of cross section.
Hmm. Then I
Then
want
the
all
design
steps.
strength due to rupture or rupture of critical section.
Hmm.
And last is the design tensile strength due to the block shear.
Okay. Then
And out of the, we get 4 values out of these 3 options, and then we choose the least of these 4 values to find the TD.
TD is the, what is TD?
It is the design tensile strength of the section.
Correct. Okay. So let us follow now all these steps. So the first step is finding the strength governed by yielding. Okay. Strength governed by yielding. So the formula Fy upon gamma mo. Ag value is nothing but the gross cross-sectional area. Look into the steel table and tell me for this given section what is the gross cross-sectional area. Look into the steel table. I will simply write down Ag over here.
8.65 centimeter square.
8.65.
65. 65. Yes, ma'am.
So 865, right? 865 mm square. This is the area of a single angle section, right? Akshata, you are looking in a steel table for the section 90 by 60 by 6 mm, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the area of a single angle section, and here in our problem we have two angle section. So total gross area is multiplied by 2 because there are two angle sections. So what is this value?
1730 square.
1730 square. Okay. So let us put now all these values in the formula and find out TDG. One seventh gamma MO is 1.1. So what is the value?
393.18.
393.18 kilonewton. This is our first value. Then second, we have to find out the strength governed by rupture of critical section. So second is strength governed by rupture of critical section. So what is the formula for angle section? TDN formula. Look into the IS 800 and tell me the TDN formula. If you'll not interact with me during the class, if you'll not check the simultaneously IS codes and steel table, you will not understand how to design the sections. Please do the steps, follow the steps as I am indicating right now to you, all of you. Otherwise, this is the wastage of time for all of you. You're simply sitting in front of your laptop or mobile And I'm sure that many of the students are not writing anything on your notebook. They're simply sitting in front of the laptop or mobile. This is not going to help you, huh? This will create problem for you people. Open IS 800 and tell me the formula.
TDN is equal
Akshata,
to
please.
0.9.
Akshata,
Yes, ma'am.
please don't tell me the formula. Let others tell me.
Ma'am, TDN is equal to 0.9 ANC into FU divided by gamma M1 plus beta AGO multiplied by FY divided by gamma M0.
Please tell me again. What is the first part?
Plus beta
And I'm
uh,
and I'm
F,
writing. Please slowly. I'm writing.
okay. FU, ma'am.
This is FU.
Yes.
Next.
Beta into
Hmm.
AGO
Hmm.
FY divided by gamma M0.
Correct. So now here in this formula we know FU value is given 410, FY is also given 250, gamma M1 we also know that it is 1.25, gamma M0 is 1.1. We are expected to find out ANC, AGO and beta. Okay. So last lecture I have already explained you how to find out ANC and AGO. So I will simply draw the diagram of the angle section over here again and tell me how will you find out the ANC now. So this is my connected leg. So this is having a dimension of 90 mm. This is my outstanding leg. So this is having a dimension of 60 mm, and total thickness of the angle section is 6 mm. Okay. So tell me ANC first. Tell me what do you understand by ANC?
Net area of the
Net cross
connected
section
leg.
area.
Net area of the connected leg. Please understand each and every these notations are having a certain meaning. A stands for area, N stands for net, and C stands for connected. So this is net connected area or area of the net area of the connected leg. So which one is the connected leg now?
90
The
mm.
leg with 90 mm width. Okay. Now this leg, when it is connected to the gusset plate, now it is connected with weld. So there is no hole made in this leg. So even though we are writing it as a net area of the connection, we are not supposed to reduce any area because there is no reduction actually. We have not provided any hole here because the full leg width is available for welded connection. Okay, because of the welded connection. So this is the advantage of the welded connection, that the area, cross sectional area of the angle sections or any sections does not get reduced because of the presence of the hole. Okay, so net area, I will simply consider the full area of this connected leg now. So the width will be 90 minus, we have already discussed this, minus 6 by 2. I have to subtract the half the thickness from this part multiplied by the thickness of the leg. Okay, so this total 90 and half of this, so I'm considering this part of the uh, uh, area, only this part of the area. 90 minus 6 by 2 into 6. So what is this value you're getting? ANC.
522.
522.
522 point or just 522?
Just
522, ma'am.
522.
Okay. Multiplied by now 2 because this is the single area, na? Area of a single leg. Now we have two angle sections. So this will be multiplied by 2. So what is A and C now?
One zero four four.
Okay. One zero four four mm square. Okay, now let us calculate the next area, that is AGO. What do you mean by AGO?
Gross
Gross area
area
of
of the
the
outstanding section.
outstanding leg.
Correct. Outstanding leg. Huh. Gross area of outstanding leg. So this is the outstanding leg now. So we will consider this half part now in the area. Okay. So this will be the half part for area. So again 60 minus 6 by 2 into 6. And there are two legs, so multiplied by 2. So AGO.
Equal to
No, have you multiplied it by 2?
684 mm².
Yes. 684 mm square. Now we will find out the beta value. Hmm? In the formula, one more term is there, that is beta. So what is the formula of beta? Tell me slowly. I'm writing here.
1.4 minus
Hmm?
0.076
Hmm?
into bracket W by T, bracket close,
Okay.
then another bracket Fy by
Hmm?
Fu, bracket close, then another bracket Bs, B small,
Hmm?
Bs by Lc, bracket complete, is lesser than or equal to,
Okay. Hmm?
should I tell the further part? Fu into
Yeah.
bracket,
Tell me the limiting value.
into bracket, Fu
Huh.
into gamma m naught, into gamma m naught, upon
Hmm?
Fy by gamma m1, bracket close,
Hmm.
should be greater than or equal to 0.7.
Yes. Yes. So let us find out now all these values. What do you mean by W? What is W?
Outstand leg width,
So what is the value?
60.
Outstanding leg width. 60. Correct. So this is 60 mm. Then T. What is T?
6 mm.
6 mm. Thickness of the section. What is Fy? What is Fy?
250.
And Fu?
410.
410 megawatts. Now we have to find out BS. BS. What do you mean by BS?
Shear lag width,
Yes. How it is calculated? How it is calculated? Are you able to see the PDF IS 800?
Yes, ma'am.
So look here in this diagram for finding the shear lag width for the given section. If your section is connected with bolts, this is the formula of BS. I will simply zoom this page. Okay, BS is equal to W plus W1 minus T. That is the formula given for finding BS when the angle sections are connected with bolts. Now the angle section, when it is connected with the weld, you can see here the second diagram. One full leg is connected to the gusseted plate at two different locations. One is at the toe and another is at the heel. At both these positions, the weld is provided. So we have to consider only the outstanding part from the connection. So this full leg is fully connected to the gusset plate, whereas the outstanding leg is only the part which is available as an outstanding part. Okay, here what is happening in case of bolted connection, the from the center of the bolt, the full remaining part behaves like a outstand. Okay, when we calculate BS, behaves like outstand means for this full part of the angle section, the stress distribution will not be uniform. Whereas when we consider the welded connection, this full leg being connected at two different location. Okay, so because of this, the remaining part only is the outstanding leg width, where there will be the non-uniform distribution of the stresses. Okay, so this is the second advantage of welded connection, that BS value gets reduced. BS value gets reduced means the shear lag width gets reduced. The portion of the section in which there is a non-uniformity in the stress, that part is reduced. Okay, and because of this, the load carrying capacity of a section increases. This is the another advantage of welded connection. So here BS is nothing but again W. W is nothing but your outstanding leg width. Okay, so let us write down now BS value here. BS is nothing but W. BS is equal to W. This is for welded connection. So, okay. Now the next value we require is LC. What do you mean by LC?
Length of the end connections or length of the weld
Yes,
along the
length of
load
the,
direction.
correct. Length of the end connection or length of the weld along the load direction. So length of the weld is already given in the problem. What is that? What is the length of connection given or length of the weld?
90 mm.
Length of the
200
weld
mm.
200 mm. Correct. It is 200 mm. So now we obtain all. See, if you see the diagram here, I will go back to the diagram. The length of the weld given is 200 mm. So this is a side view, na? Side view of this angle section. So whatever is the weld provided at toe is represented over here, and whatever the length provided at heel, that is also represented here. So both these lengths are 200 mm. Okay, or in the problem statement it is clearly mentioned here, the effective length of weld is 200 mm. So take that value as LC. It is the length of the connection itself. So my LC value is now 200 mm. So just put all the values in the beta formula and tell me what is the beta value you are getting. Put all the values in
Point
beta formula and tell me what is the beta value you are getting.
1.261.
Okay. 1.264. Compare this value with the limitations, given limitation. This value
Ma'am,
should be less than or equal
1.261.
to
1,
Fu into gamma m.
ma'am. 491.
261. Okay. Okay. So what is the first limiting value? Fu gamma m0 upon Fy gamma m1.
1.44.
1.44, and this value should be greater than 0.7. So our calculated value of 1.261 is well fitting within the range. So the same value we can adopt. Suppose you are getting a value of say 0.6. Suppose your beta is coming as 0.6. You have to use 0.7 value in the calculation. Okay, and suppose your beta value is coming as say 1.2, sorry 1.5, say assume that beta is coming as 1.5. In that case you have to adopt the value of 1.44 because these are the limiting values. Okay, now the calculated value is well fitting within the range, so we can adopt beta value as it is. So now quickly put all the values in the TDN formula and tell me what is TDN you are getting. TDN is equal to, we have written the formula, 0.9 Fu ANC upon gamma m1 plus beta AGO Fy upon gamma m0. Put all these values and tell me TDN.
Five hundred and 4.22.
504.22 kilonewton. This is the second value. Okay, and then now moving towards the third criteria, that is strength governed by block shear. Strength governed by block shear. Okay, tell me the formulas now. The first formula for TDB.
Into brackets AVG
Hmm.
into Fy
Yes.
into Fy
Hmm.
upon root 3 gamma m naught plus
Hmm.
0.9 ATN F
Hmm. Hmm.
upon gamma.
Okay. This is the first formula. What is the second formula?
TDB equals to 0.9
Hmm.
AVN upon root 3
Your voice is
gamma.
breaking. Omkar, your voice is breaking.
Okay, root 3 gamma m1 plus
Next.
ATG ATG Fy upon gamma m naught.
Okay. Now in this formula, again Fy, Fu, gamma m1, m0, all these values we know. We have to find out now 4 different areas. In the first formula, looking at the first formula, we have two areas, AVG and ATN. AVG is nothing but the gross area under shear, and ATN is the net area under tension. In the second formula, again we have two areas, AVN and ATG. AVN is nothing but the net area under shear, and ATG is the gross area under tension. Now here, in case of this angle sections, how the block shear will take place or how the block shear failure will take place, that is important to understand first. So if this is my angle section, and here the weld is provided. Okay, so let us consider the weld length of 200 mm only. So there is a weld. This is a huge thickness I am showing. In practice, we have already seen the figures or pictures that how the weld is single line, but you need to understand how weld here. So this is 200 mm at both the ends of fail. Now this section is okay. There is some the block which will break. It will be like this. It will form like this. Okay, this entire part which I'm showing here with the hatched portion with red color, this entire part will come out from your gusset plate. See, the angle section is connected to the gusset plate. So this part will come out from either from the angle section or from the gusset plate. Any part in the member may get failed, right? So let us assume that we are considering a part of the section here, ISA. But whenever there is a failure, it will be along this block only. What is that block? The full length of the weld, 200 mm, and uh, uh, the vertical line which I have shown here. This vertical line. Okay, now when there is a failure, when this block is coming out, the area or the plane which will be under shear is this horizontal part. Okay, so this part is under shearing. There will be shearing effect along this portion of the block. The same will be over here. This part will be in shearing and section will be under tension. Okay, so when we are expected to find out the area of the shearing plane and area of the tension plane, we have to consider these planes. This is the first step. We have to identify the planes which will be under shearing and which will be under tension. That we have identified now. Now we can easily find out what is the area of cross section along these planes. So when I consider this entire plane, the area of cross section will be this length multiplied by the thickness. The length is 200 and the thickness of the section is 6 mm. So 200 into 6 will give me the gross area of the section. Okay, this is for one angle section. Such two angle sections are connected with gusset plate. So simply multiplied by 2, it will give me the gross area of shearing plane for the both the connected section. Okay, now to find out the net area, of course, I have to subtract the holes which are present in the section. Now we are not connecting the section by using bolts. We are connecting it by weld. So in case of welded connection, we are not making any hole. Okay, so net area will also be equal to the gross area in case of welded connection. Okay, so this is the third or the same advantage which I have explained initially, that we are not reducing the area in case of welded connection. So the full cross sectionals are available everywhere to find out the uh, strength of the section. So I will simply write down one sentence over here, that net area of section, I should write down a cross section, net area of a cross section, not a section. net area of cross section is equal to gross area of cross section for welded connection. So even though we are finding the AVG and AVN, both these values will be same. Okay, so AVG represents the gross area under shear. This will be equal to AVN, net area under shear, because of this concept. So this area is length of the weld, because along this weld connection, the plane will experience shearing action. Multiplied by thickness, it will give me the cross section of a single angle. Multiplied by 2, it will give me the cross sectional area for two angle section. Okay, so what is this value?
2400 mm
2400.
squared.
Yes. Now coming to the tensile plane.
Ma'am,
What is the width of the tensile plane?
ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, the shear plane should be 200 into 90, no? Because that portion is connected to the gusset plate, no?
No, no. Where the shearing, where the failure will take place, it will be along the weld, along the weld. So the weld is provided to the thickness, at the thickness of the section. Nah? So if you consider the earlier diagram of cross-sectional view, I will go to the earlier diagram of cross-sectional view over here. See this diagram. Where the weld is provided here. The weld is provided at the tip of the angle section, right? So actually the size of the weld given is 4 mm. So instead of considering 6 mm thickness, if the failure is taking place along the weld line, the width will be 4 mm. Okay, the thickness will be 4 mm, thickness of that plane. But normally we consider that the section is getting filled. Section is coming out in the form of a block. So we consider the thickness of the section. We want the cross-sectional area at this location, at the toe or at the heel. Are you getting this?
Yes, ma'am.
So at the toe, what is the thickness? The maximum thickness is 6 mm. At the heel, you can consider this full, but we are not providing the weld for full width. Now we are providing just for 4 mm sides. So at the heel, actually, it will be 4 into 200. But we will consider same for toe and heel, and we'll take the same value. Okay.
Ma'am, but they are having twice welding, no, at the toe and at the bottom also. So, ma'am, why
Huh.
don't we take two for a single angle section, twice for a single angle section?
Ha ha ha. Yes, yes, yes. That is correct. That is correct. This should be taken as 2 for single angle section. Just wait, I am just checking. Okay, wait. There is one correction in my statement, that when a block shear is formed, block will be formed in either any one of the section. Either it will be in the left hand side section or right hand side section. And any one block, whenever it is formed, there will be the failure of the entire section. So this 2 value is for your 2 location of the weld. That is correct, whatever you are saying, Omkar. So this 2 value is for 2 planes, 2 shearing planes. So let me write down that explanation here. Myself, I got confused with these 2 number today. Okay. This is moving very slowly. So this 2 number is for two sharing planes. Okay, this is for two sharing planes. This is not for two angles. Sorry for this. This is for two sharing planes. Okay, and even any one angle section, when it is showing a block formation, it will show the failure. So we'll consider only one angle section here in area calculation, and then we'll find out the TDP. Okay, now this failure we have considered for the section. I'm repeating, the similar type of failure may take place in case of the gusset plate also. See, I have drawn here the diagram for the angle section here. Now this diagram, in this diagram, I will show the gusset plate also. Okay, so my gusset plate is connected over here, so it will be somewhat like this. Okay, so this is the gusset plate. Now this gusset plate may get failed. The gusset plate may come out. The block of the gusset plate may come out. See, this red color block may come out, or in the gusset plate also such type of block will form, and that will get detached from the angle section. So block shear failure will take place or may take place either in the section or in the gusset plate. Now why we need to consider the gusset plate failure also here, because the thickness of the gusset plate to which we are connecting this angle section is different. The thickness is given as 8 mm, whereas the angle section is having a thickness of 6 mm. Normally the failure takes place, of course it takes place with the section having lesser thickness. This is obvious because any two sections, when these are connected to each other having a different values of thickness, the section which is having a lesser thickness will tend to failure first. This is very clear. This is very common sense. Two plates we are connecting to each other. One plate is having a smaller thickness, another is having a more thickness. The smaller thickness plate will fail first because its capacity is less, its cross-sectional area available is less to resist the force. So we have considered here only the block shear failure for the section. If you consider block shear failure for the gusset plate, obviously your AVG, AVN values are getting, we will get more values, because in that case, the AVG value will be 200 into the thickness 8 mm into the two planes. Okay, so this value is obviously more than the value which right now we have calculated, which is 2400. Okay, that value will be 200 into 8 into 2, that is coming as 3200. So that value is higher obviously, so this smaller area will fail first. So we have calculated only this. In examination also you need to show such type of a calculation. Now suppose we have provided the gusset plate of thickness 4 mm, then obviously your gusset plate will fail by forming block rather than your section. So in that case, your block shear failure you need to consider for the gusset plate, and you have to show that failure. So TDB value for the gusset plate you are expected to calculate and show there. Okay, so this conceptual thought should be there in your mind while putting all the calculation on the paper. Normally in practice, we always provide the gusset plates having thickness either equal to the given section or greater than the thickness of the given section to avoid the failure of the gusset plate, because the total area of the gusset plate which we are provided for the connection is very small, and if you provide a smaller thickness it will fail definitely. So gusset plate should not fail in the connection, at the connection. Okay, whenever there will be failure, the section should fail, because we are calculating the strength of the section. We are checking the capacity of a section and not the capacity of the gusset plate. Okay, so this always you keep in your mind that whenever you design any section, the gusset plate should be having the thickness either equal to the thickness of the section being connected, or it should be greater than the thickness of the section. Okay, so this is about AVG. As Omkar has rightly said, we have to consider two shearing planes here. So this is the total area. Now coming to the next area, that is ATG and ATN. Again, here the gross area and net area under tension will be same because there is no reduction in the cross-sectional area in the plane. So now coming back to the diagram where we have shown these planes, the vertical line represents our tensile plane. Okay, so this line is representing the tensile plane. So what is the width of this line? This line, what is this total distance?
60 mm.
Which leg we are connecting? Which leg we have connected?
60 mm.
Omkar, I think you have
90 mm
joined
we have
late.
90 mm. No, ma'am. 90 mm is connected and 60 is perpendicular to the screen.
Outstanding. So this is 90. This is 90. Okay. So what will be the cross section now? If I will cut the section here along this line, vertical line, which is showing the tension plane, the same thing will happen when this block will fail. The section will get cut along this vertical line. So what will be the cross section of that? You just try to imagine that this particular block you have taken outside. Let us assume that this is a piece of a bread and you are observing the borders of the bread. Those are nothing but your cutting edges, shearing plane and tensile plane. That is your cross-sectional area. Okay, so what is that now here? The width is 90 mm, and what is the thickness?
6 mm.
6 mm, correct. So let us find out now ATG and ATN, both will be equal here. So this is 90 into 6. Again, when only one plane or only one angle section, when it shows the formation of a block and failure of the section, what happened here? We will assume that there is a failure of the entire section. So this is 90 into 6. What is this value? 5400, right? Or 540, sorry. Find out now TDB. Put all the values and tell me the TDB value. Two values are there. Let us find out the first one, TDB. What is TDB?
$474.33.
Yes. 474.33 kilonewton. This is the third value, am I right? Or the second value of TDB.
531.77.
531.77 kilonewton. This is the fourth value. See, when only block shear strength is asked, you are supposed to find out the least value out of these two, and that will give you the strength under block shear. Okay, but now we are finding the tensile strength of the whole section by considering all the three criterias. So I have written 1, 2, 3, 4. But actually these two, out of the two, the least one will be actually the strength in block shear. So here the strength in block shear is 474.33. So that is actually the third value. Okay. So out of these values, now the least value will govern me the capacity of a section. So just tell me what is the capacity of a section. Capacity, or I can just write down design tensile strength.
393.18.
Of the given section. What is the value? 393.8.
0.18.
So this is the final answer. The design tensile strength of the given section is 393.18 kilonewton. Is it clear, guys, how to consider the calculations when the sections are connected by using welded connection? For bolted connection, we have already seen the problem in last week. Okay. Now we have one more lecture today itself at 1:15 that also I'm going to consider, in which I'm going to take the problem for design of tension member. Up till now we have calculated the capacity. Now we are designing the entire section as a tensile member. So we have to select the section. Here in all the earlier problems, that is in last week's problems and today's problem also, the section has been already given. We have to simply find out what is its capacity. Now we have to design the section for given force. Okay, so whatever is the force, tensile force is acting in the member, for that we have to design the section so that our section will be capable of resisting the given force. So that design problem we will see in the afternoon lecture.
Ma'am,
Any doubts in this?
ma'am, that TDB formulas, these are given
Huh.
under this bolted connection section. Yet we are using it for the welded connections also. Is it valid?
No. Can you repeat the question, because your voice
Ma'am,
was breaking?
the formulas for TDB, both of
Huh?
them, are under the bolted connection section. But yet we have used it for welded connections also. So is it
No.
valid using it?
Yes. No. Where it is written that the formulas are applicable for bolted connection only?
That means the heading of that point, the section 6.4.1 is the bolted connections. And under it, they have given the shear strength of.
Okay. Welded connection, what is written here? Just read.
The block shear strength TDB shall be checked for welded end connections by taking an appropriate section in the member around the end weld, which can shear off as a block.
That's it. So formulas are same. Whatever the formulae are given, those are same. Only what we have to consider, that the welded end connections we have to consider for the connections by taking an appropriate section in the member around the end weld. So the same thing we have considered the appropriate section in the member. So we have considered the thickness of the member and not the size of the weld. Okay, around the end of the weld means we have considered the dimension of the section up to 200 mm, because that is the length of the weld. Are you getting now?
Yes, ma'am.
So the formulas are the same. Formulas will not change. Only how to consider the failure. The failure is to be considered in the section. That's why I have told that the block may form in the gusset plate also. But we are checking the capacity of the section. We are checking the strength of the section. So we will not write down that. Even though suppose Instead of the gusset plate having 8 mm thickness, we have provided the 6 mm thickness. Now here the block may form in the gusset plate also, because the thickness of both these sections are same, angle section as well as gusset plate. So either your gusset plate will fail or angle section will fail. But we will show here the failure of angle section only, because we have to consider the appropriate section in the member as per this clause.
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Yes. Okay. So we'll stop here today. I will give you the link for attendance.
Will you please upload the videos